to the kitchen where the flavors thrive. Join us on a journey, take a recipe dive. From spices to secrets, we're cooking with flair. Food and stories waiting, pull up a chair.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You ready to dive deep into some seriously delicious fried chicken?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
You know, fried chicken's one of those things everyone thinks they can make.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's just chicken and oil. How hard can it be, right?
Right. But there's a reason why some fried chicken is just, well, kind of blah, and some is just absolutely mind-blowingly good.
Absolutely.
And today, we're going to get to the bottom of that.
All right, let's do it.
So we found this recipe online. It's called classic fried chicken, and it seems pretty straightforward.
Classic for a reason, I bet.
Right. But as always, we're going to break down each step, look for those little hidden details, those tips and tricks that can take your fried chicken from good to outstanding, maybe even award-winning.
Award-winning fried chicken. I like the sound of that.
Right. So let's jump right in. First up, this recipe calls for marinating the chicken in buttermilk. And get this, a full 2 cups of it.
2 cups? Wow. That's a lot of buttermilk.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot to me too. But I gotta say, whenever I've had fried chicken that's been marinated in buttermilk, it's always incredibly juicy and tender.
Oh, for sure. Buttermilk is like magic when it comes to fried chicken.
Yeah. So what is it about buttermilk that makes it so good for this?
Well, buttermilk is slightly acidic, you see. And that acidity, it actually starts to break down the proteins in the chicken.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a process called denaturing. But don't worry about the fancy science terms. The main takeaway is that this process helps to tenderize the chicken, making it extra juicy and flavorful.
Okay, so buttermilk, it's not just for biscuits and pancakes anymore.
Nope. It's a secret weapon for amazing fried chicken.
All right, moving on to the next step, the spice mix. This recipe keeps it pretty classic. Paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper.
Yeah, a good solid base. Can't go wrong with that.
Right. But then there's this little note that says cayenne pepper is optional. So tell me, are you team spicy fried chicken or team mild?
Oh, you know me. Gotta have a little kick.
Yeah. But I think that's a really good point. This recipe gives you that flexibility. You can adjust the spice level to your own liking.
Absolutely. And even beyond the cayenne, you can get creative with the spices, maybe add a little smoked paprika for some depth, or even some dried herbs like thyme or oregano. It's all about making it your own.
Okay, now for the main event, the frying. This recipe says to heat the oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that temperature like super critical, or is there some wiggle room there?
Well, 350 really is the sweet spot for fried chicken.
Interesting. Why is that?
A few reasons, actually. You see, if the oil's too low, the chicken will end up greasy. It'll just soak up all that oil. But if it's too high, you risk burning the outside before the inside cooks through.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so 350 degrees, it's kind of like the Goldilocks temperature. Not too hot, not too cold, just right for getting that crispy golden brown crust while ensuring the chicken cooks through evenly.
Makes sense. Now, curious, this recipe doesn't say anything about double frying. Have you ever tried that?
Oh, double frying, yeah. That's a game changer for extra crispy chicken. It's an extra step, sure, but totally worth it.
How does it work?
So the first fry, that's all about cooking the chicken through. And then the second fry, you crank the heat up a bit, and that's what really crisps up the skin. It's amazing.
Okay, noted. Double fry for extra crispy chicken. Good to know. All right, so the recipe says to fry the chicken for about 10 to 12 minutes, turning it occasionally. But how do you really know when it's done?
Yeah, timers are great, but they don't tell you everything. You really got to use your senses here.
So what should I be looking for?
Okay, so visually, you want that beautiful, deep golden brown color. But you can't just go by looks alone. Food safety is key here. So a good meat thermometer, that's your best friend.
Oh, yeah. Always good to have a thermometer handy.
For sure. You want to make sure the internal temperature of the chicken reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. That way you know for sure it's cooked all the way through.
Great tip. All right, last step. The recipe says to drain the chicken on a wire rack. Why a wire rack? Couldn't you just use paper towels?
Well, both work, but a wire rack, it just does a better job.
In what way?
You see, the wire rack lets the air circulate all around the chicken, and that helps it stay crispy. Whereas with paper towels, they can trap some of the steam, and that can make your crispy crust a little bit soggy. So yeah, if you want that ultimate crunch, wire rack all the way.
Okay, wow. So many things I never thought about with fried chicken.
Right. It's the little things that make a big difference.
This recipe, it's really focused on just one basic style of fried chicken. But I know there are so many variations out there. Where do you think people can go from here?
Oh, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
You've got Korean fried chicken, all double fried and coated in this amazing sweet and spicy sauce.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Right. And then there's Nashville hot chicken, famous for its fiery kick. I mean, it's seriously hot. And of course, you can't forget about chicken and waffles, a true Southern classic. Sweet and savory, what's not to love?
So much good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think everyone listening has got all the key ingredients now for some serious fried chicken success.
Yeah, they do.
This recipe, it's a fantastic starting point, but don't be afraid to experiment. Play around with the spices, try different frying techniques, make it your own.
Absolutely. Have fun with it.
And that brings up an important question. What sides are you going to serve with your amazing fried chicken?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Creamy mashed potatoes, tangy coleslaw, maybe some fluffy biscuits.
All fantastic options, so many delicious possibilities, it's almost overwhelming.
Almost. But hey, that's a good problem to have, right?
You got that right. All right, everyone, go forth and fry some chicken. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Until then.
Bye.
Bye.